Hey all, and welcome back to Men's Lacrosse 101. In this video, we're going to be talking about clearing and defending a clear. So if we go back to this last example, we could see that A3 took a shot and scored. In this scenario, we're going to say they actually took a shot and the keeper saved it. Fantastic. So now that the possession has changed hands from blue to red, there's a clearing situation. We'll just talk about the concept of this. So this is quite important in terms of momentum. So blue obviously were dictating the play of the game and the pace, and now they're essentially on the back foot, and it's up for reds to they can either rush this and try and do something quickly, or they can settle it down, give the defense a rest, let the middies just hold on to it here, and have a good time there. So in this first situation, we're going to look at one of the fastest transition, and that's essentially the red team sort of parting the way a bit. A2 is just going to pop up, and this will depend on the confidence of the keeper, and obviously the timing has to be perfect. But they just throw a bullet down the pitch. A2 walks up to take that, and that's in their stick. And they can have a good time defending that and take it from there. So we'll go back to the other situation that could be possible, and that's everyone running away, and this LSM is just left open. But this time they're in their defensive half of the pitch, so it's a shorter and easier pass, and they're just going to walk out and pick that up from the keeper, and then they're going to carry that the rest of the way down the pitch. So in this next situation, so these are the fastest two ways to clear the ball: is have someone just run over the line with a short pass and a run, or just clear it straight up. So the LSMs are quite important in a clear, as you don't want a long stick attacking. Ideally, you want to get an attacking midfielder on. So in this situation here, we're going to look at the LSM coming off. So red's got the ball, and this essentially, maybe not right away, but we're just going to show how it works. So M6 is just going to hug the LSM, and this generally works in the game. If someone's subbing, you can run, and that's your marked player. You can run with them, and you have a free sub. If you're defending and you're in the crease, perhaps not, because if they're faster than you, they can essentially run and get a feed on the run and a shot with momentum, carrying them towards the cage. But LSM4 and M6 are going to run off together, and the blue LSM4 and M3 are going to come on together. So they're going to come off, they're going to come on. And we're going to look at the bench now and how we can use that in a clear. So everyone's locked off here. So the red keeper is obviously looking to get rid of it and get it into the offensive half of the pitch, but the blue team are doing a great job of just locking off all the passes. So what's going to happen is M3, red M3, is going to use this bench. So remember from the first video, this is 13 meters long, and they're just going to slip off here and allow M5 to come running on. Now, LSM4 has to respect the fact that M3 could just stay on. This could be a decoy, and they could take the pass, so they have to stay with them. And this allows M5 to come on with momentum. Keeper's going to move into space and shorten that pass and launch it to M5, who's going to take that. In and then just recover and allow everyone to settle before they do something. So this is that covers the bench. Now we're going to have a look at the result of no pressure. So we're just going to go through a little play here. So this A1 attacker is going to come out and set a pick. The blue M1 is going to get stuck. It's going to be a feed to red M2 and then a shot. And you'll notice now the attacker is up the field and the midi who would be going into a defensive position now is down the field. So this isn't ideal, and in this moment of panic of blue now having the ball, the attacker just sprints away thinking, okay, let's get back and let's defend. And this is a nice easy clear that is often overlooked, that you can just give it nice and early, and it's quite difficult to stop someone who knows what they're doing just running north-south on the field like that with just one person. So they're going to give it just there, and away they go. If this opportunity didn't happen, we can find ourselves in a situation that might look like this. So all the blue team have cleared away, and this is to give the keeper the space, because obviously you don't want to be hanging out with the keeper, as it allows an attacking player to essentially attack you and the keeper in the same amount of space. So this example we're going to look at is the result of no pressure. And what the blue team are going to do is hug the sidelines and create this channel for the keeper. And the keeper can just walk up here. There's some situations, so we've got 3 at the back, and this is its own sort of strategy in itself. We'll just use 3 at the back for now for simplicity, but you can have other variations, where it's 2 at the back. All sorts of stuff can be done. So the keeper can just walk up, and as a result of no pressure, what this essentially allows is them to get a really short, nice pass. So M3 can just do, tiny couple of steps just to create half a meter in front of the red M2 and give it. And that's essentially a free clear with no pressure from the red team. Obviously not the best from red's point of view, because they've just allowed the ball to go from this end of the field into the offensive half, and they've not challenged that. So now we're going to look at how it would be challenged. So the keeper's walking up. It's fairly, in this last example, we had the keeper going up. It's fairly pointless having your defenders hanging out behind the keeper. Like, I'm not sure this would happen, but so the keeper's in this situation going up, and the defenders are going to walk up with them. So what this means is that the keeper's not turning their back to make a pass. They're all in line, and he's going to know where they are if he gets stuck. So in this last situation we looked at, we had that free pass straight to M3 because there was no pressure. So as the keeper walks up, we're going to get into a situation where red are thinking, oh dear, they're going to get free clear. And naturally what we found is the red A2 and red A1 have come up, is now these 2 blue players can actually be defended by the same person. So you don't need 2 defenders there when essentially they're shoulder to shoulder. So what's going to happen is one of the red players is going to put a bit of pressure on the goalkeeper. Now, what you need to notice here is this M5 player. So this will be, there'll be a call for this, or it will be very obvious. But this M5 player has just dropped here, and instantly D1 has used the fact that A1 has gone and created space between D1 and D3. So you can remember from our last video, we talked about splitting the man. So obviously A3 can't cover both of these perfectly and has to make that choice. So M5 is coming down, this is important, and D1 has created that space away from D3 because A1 has decided to go. A1's going to get to the keeper, but D1's going to be in all this space. M5 has come over the line, and then now D1 has the ball. And the thing with the clear is you have a man-up advantage because you've got this keeper. That is essentially an additional man. You've got 7 men in your defensive half, and they will have a maximum of 6. So you've always got that man advantage if you've got the ball. It's just trying to work out how to offload it from your keeper's stick into an outfield player's stick. So D1's going to take the ball. M5 has just hopped over the halfway line. So now they're onside. So if you remember from the very first video, no more than 6 offensive players in the offensive half of the field. So M5's just come back to hop over, and this allows D3 to run over. The reason that it's going to be D3 is because you don't want to pass from D1 to M5 that huge pass when you can make this quick pass upfield here. So now offload to D3, and now we've realised we've got two defenders here. There's an unmarked man, so there's potential for a fast break here. M1's going to snuff in. M5 is still over, and D3 is just going to waltz that down the restrainer, give it to A1, who's going to take that. M5 is still over, holding that place, and then A1 is going to take that behind the cage and allow D3 to go back over the line. M5 is going to get back over, and then they're going to set up there. So just to recap what we've looked at here today, we've looked at clears and defending a clear. This is where the defending team will become the offending team. The quickest way for the ball to travel is in the air, as we've just seen there, but it is quite difficult to stop someone running north-south on the pitch. On that note as well, actually, it's best not to set picks in those north-south runs, and just to clear that channel. Maybe put an outlet at the bottom or at the sides, but get out of the way, essentially, and let them clear that ball and take it over. So we've looked at getting the LSM off and getting the defensive LSM on, and then we also looked at using the bench to create that additional bit of space when everyone's locked off to free up someone. We've looked at why the defending team need to put pressure on to essentially prevent a free clear and stop that momentum. And then we've looked at how, and we're about to see it here actually if we go a bit faster, but we've looked at how when there's the keeper with the ball in their stick, it's essentially a man-up situation. There'll always be a man free if they can manage space effectively, and we can see how they did that there. So thanks for joining us today and checking this video out. We'll be moving on to the next one now to look at basic attacking and defending setups. Thank you.